Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call today. Vijay Mataji, are you on the call, Mataji? You can start.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashra Prayasya Bhareshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavaiti Nasteke. Today we are reading from Canto 10, Chapter 63. Lord Krishna fights with Banasura, text 1 through 18. Text 1. Sukadeva Goswami said, O descendant of Bharata, the relatives of Aniruddha, not seeing him return, continued to lament as the 4 rainy months passed. Text 2. After hearing from Narada the news of Aniruddha's deeds and his capture, the Vrishnis, who worshipped Lord Krishna as their personal deity, went to Sunitapura. Text 3 and 4. With Lord Balarama and Lord Krishna in the lead, the chiefs of the Satvata clan, Pradyumna, Satyaki, Gada, Samba, Sarana, Nanda, Upananda, Bhadra, and others, converged with an army of 12 divisions and laid siege to Banasura's capital, completely surrounding the city on all sides. 5. Banasura became filled with anger upon seeing them destroy his city's suburban gardens, ramparts, watchtowers, and gateways, and thus he went out to confront them with an army of equal size. Text 6. Lord Rudra, accompanied by his son Kartikeya and the Pramatas, came riding on Nandi, his bull carrier, to fight Balarama and Krishna on Bana's behalf. Text 7. A most astonishing, tumultuous, and hair-raising battle then commenced, and Lord Krishna matched against Lord Sankara and Pradyumna against Kartikeya. Text 8. Lord Balarama fought with Kumbhanda and Kupakarna, Samba with Baruna's son, and Satyaki with Bana. Text 9. Brahma and the other ruling demigods, along with Siddhas, Charanas, and great sages, as well as Gandharvas, Apsaras, and Yakshas, all came in the celestial airplanes to watch. Text 10 and 11. With sharp-pointed arrows discharged from his bow Saranga, Lord Krishna drove away the various followers of Lord Shiva, Bhutas, Pramatas, Guyakas, Dakinis, Yetadandas, Danas, Vitalas, Vinayakas, Pretas, Matas, Pichasas, Kushmandas, and Brahma Rakshasas. Text 12. Lord Shiva, wielding of the trident, shot various weapons at Lord Krishna, wielder of Saranga. But Lord Krishna was not in the least perplexed. He neutralized all his weapons with appropriate counter weapons. Text 13. Lord Krishna counteracted a Brahmastra with another Brahmastra, a wind weapon with a mountain weapon, a fire weapon with a rain weapon, and Lord Shiva's personal Pasapatastra weapon with his own personal weapon, the Narayanastra. Text 14. After bewildering Lord Shiva by making him yawn with a yawning weapon, Lord Krishna proceeded to strike down Banasura's army with his sword, club, and arrows. Text 15. Lord Kartikeya was distressed by the flood of Pradyumna's arrows raining down from all sides, and thus he fled the battlefield on his peacock as blood poured from his limbs. Text 16. Kumbhanda and Kupakarna, tormented by Lord Balarama's club, fell down dead. When the soldiers of these two demons saw that their leaders had been killed, they scattered in all directions. Text 17. Banasura was was furious to see his entire military force being torn apart. Leaving his fight with Satyaki, he charged across the battlefield on his chariot and attacked Lord Krishna. Text 18. Excited to a frenzy by the fighting, Bana simultaneously pulled taut all the strings of his 500 bows and fixed 2 arrows on each string. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vidya Mataji, for reading the translations today. Thank you for your regular service also. So I'll offer brief praise and we'll get started. Om Ajnanatmirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desutarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kupasindubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yeah, thank you all the devotees for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. It's a Srimad Bhagavatam, we're in the Nectarian section of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto. So the chapter itself is, we're starting a new chapter, 63rd chapter. 63rd chapter, Lord Krishna fights with Banasura. So in this chapter, not only we'll see Krishna fighting with Banasura, we'll also see Krishna fighting with Lord Shiva later on. And then how Lord Shiva glorifies Krishna also we'll see in this chapter. So today's section is like an introduction. So what is happening? And there's a lot of description about battle that you heard from Vidya Mataji when she was reading the translation. We'll discuss a little bit more detail based on what BBT purports have and also what the Acharya's commentaries given us like that. The chapter starts with Srila Sukadeva Goswami speaking to Parishit Maharaj. He says, O descendant of Bharata, he is referring to Parishit Maharaj. And he says, basically the relatives of Aniruddha, which Jiva Goswami describes as Yadus, and also their servants, both male and female servants also. They all understood. They didn't see Aniruddha coming back to Dwaraka. So they started to lament as 4 rainy months were passing like that. That means throughout the Chaturmasa period, they did not see Aniruddha coming back. Actually, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes that Aniruddha was not back to Dwaraka for 6 months total, not just the 4 month season also. That means apart from the Chaturmasa that we are in now, another 2 months he was out, Aniruddha. That's why they were worrying about him. They were lamenting about him like that. And Srila Jiva Goswami also describes, that means this is a month of December like that he calculates and shares with us. So basically, Aniruddha went to this place of Banasura, but he did not return back for 6 months. That's why Dwarkavasis were lamenting. Now, in text number 2, is described, Narada Muni came there and Narada Muni told them what happened to Aniruddha. That Aniruddha went here and he got married and then he was fighting with Banasura and he got captured by Banasura's army. That also Narada Muni shared with them. So here it says, after hearing this news from Narada Muni, the Vrishnis who worshipped Lord Krishna as their personal deity went to that Sonitapura where Aniruddha was captured. So why this who worshipped Lord Krishna is being described? Srila Jiva Goswami points out that because they worshipped Lord Krishna, they did not have any fear at all. That's the beauty. So that's what they're indicating here. Sukadeva Goswami is indicating here. that Vrishnis did not have any fear at all. That they went to Sonitapura, like that is describing. Now going to text number 3 and 4. So basically, with Lord Balaram took the lead first because he's the eldest, he's the elder brother of Krishna, and then Krishna followed him along with him, and then the chiefs of Satvata clan, the great warriors Pradyumna, Satyaki, Gada, Samba, Sarana, Nanda, Upananda, Bhadra, and others. They all went along with 12 Lakshanis of army is described, and they went to Banasara's capital city and they surrounded the city from all sides and they captured it. So that's what is described. Here, our Acharya has described that it appears Upananda, Nanda names are also given. It appears there are some Vrajavasis also who came and participated in this war with the Yadus, like that is described. So basically, they all went to fight with Banasura. In the text number 5, after Banasura saw that, oh my God, they all surrounded my city now. And not only he saw with his own eyes, Acharya has described, he also got the messages from his servants that the army came like this, they captured like this. Like that, he got messages also. So, what are the messages are saying? What did he see? He saw that cities, suburban gardens that are outside the city are all destroyed. And many important key things, watchtowers from where they will watch who is coming, any enemy is coming, they are all destroyed like that. So now, when Bhanasura saw all these things, he became very angry. And he went out to confront that army of Krishna and Balaram. With what? With an army of equal size is described. We heard Krishna and Balaram came with 12 Lakshanis of army. Now, Bhanasura is also going out with 12 Lakshanis of army. Our Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami describe the importance of equal size mentioning in this verse. Why they mentioned equal size like that? The word is Tulya. So, because this Banasura was very proud of his greatness. Because he is very proud, he thought, I have not 12 Akshanis, I have 20 Akshanis, I have a lot of army. But I'm so great, I can win over them with the same amount of army. I don't want to take too much army. I'll take exactly 12 Akshanis of army. That way, I'm great, I'm being fair, like that. Sometimes we might also have this pride that I am being fair, I am being equal to everybody, like that. So he also had that pride that I will take equal size army like that. That's why he is taking only 12 actions army is described. That is the Banasara. That's the nature of demonic mentality. Demonic mentality is we think I'm great. Even if we get some good quality, we think it is because of my greatness, like that. Instead of thinking by Krishna's mercy, by devotee's mercy, I got this quality somehow. Instead of thinking like that, I'll think, oh, see, I am fair. I am so great. I don't fight with more army than other opponent, like that. So we need to be watch out for ourselves also. When we have this pride coming up, we need to understand the source of these things, whatever we have. So the physical abilities we have, the mental abilities we have, the intelligence we have, everything is coming from Krishna only. That we need to recognize. And whatever service we are able to do is also because of the mercy of other devotees. Because other devotees have an opportunity to give the service to many others, but they saw some enthusiasm, some eagerness somehow in us, and they give the opportunity for us to do service. That we need to understand. Then I will be grateful to them for giving the service. Third aspect is, whatever service we are able to do, we are able to do because some other devotee gave us some training to do so. For example, if somebody is able to do kirtan, that means he got some training from some other devotee to do kirtan. Only because of that he is able to do kirtan. Similarly, he is able to do kirtan because somebody asked him to do it at that time. There is an opportunity given by another devotee. When we don't lose sight of this other devotees' contribution in our services and Krishna's own contribution to give us the ability to do service, then we'll never become proud. We'll become grateful instead, and we'll pass on all the credits that we get. If somebody appreciates us also, we pass on that credit to Guru and Krishna, like that. When we are able to do that, then we don't become proud ourselves anytime. There is a way to protect ourselves from becoming proud by staying humble. So, in fact, we can also pray like Lord Brahma. In the beginning of creation, Lord Brahma was given the service of creation. At that time, uh, he asked the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord appears before him. He meditates for a lot of time because he heard the word tapa, 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 like that. So then he meditates and Supreme Lord appears before him. Interestingly, Lord Brahma prays for two benedictions from the Supreme Lord. What are the two benedictions he prays? By the way, this is in 3rd canto, 9th chapter. Yeah, he prays for two benedictions from the Supreme Lord. What does he ask? One is, please give me the ability to do this service properly. That means he understands, unless Krishna gives the ability, I cannot do this service. Number one. Number two, he asks, uh, please let me become humble. That means when I create this thing, I'll think, oh, see, I created this whole universe. I populated this whole universe. See how great I am. I might think like that. So, please let me stay humble. This is the second benediction Lord Brahma asked from Supreme Lord. Similarly, we should also pray to remain humble and remain in service mood instead of enjoying mood always. So like that, that's the lesson we can take. Sometimes the lessons in scriptures we can take in two ways. One is a positive example, one is a negative example. Positive example means, for example, Prahlad Maharaj is doing service to Narada Muni. So we take the positive example, like Prahlad Maharaj, I need to do service to Narada Muni. Like that. That's a positive example. Negative example is here Banasura. Banasura is not recognizing the strength and ability he has, resources he has, is coming of because of gift of Krishna. He is not recognizing. So now we see a negative example like that, and we understand I should not be like Banasura. I should recognize the gifts of Krishna. I should recognize the gifts that Krishna has given me, like that. So that is the way we can learn from scriptures, both positive examples and negative examples. Going to text number 6. Now, in text number 6, Sukadeva Goswami is describing Lord Rudra along with his son Kartikeya and the Pramatas. Pramatas, in the word for word meaning, it is described that Pramatas means mystic sages who always attend Lord Shiva, appearing in a multitude of forms. So these are sages who have mystic powers, and they also came along with Lord Shiva to support Lord Shiva in the fight. So Lord Shiva came with Kartikeya and this Pramatas also, and he came riding on Nandishwara. Nandi. Nandi is the carrier of Lord Shiva, right? His bull carrier. And he came to fight Balarama and Krishna on Bana's behalf. Why is Shiva coming to fight Krishna and Balaram on Bana's behalf? Bana is the Asura, we heard. Banasura was a devotee of Lord Shiva. So Banasura did lot of meditation, tapasu, and pleased Lord Shiva. And we know Lord Shiva is Ashutosh. Ashutosh means one who is easily pleased. So he got pleased from Banasura and asked him, what do you want? Banasura said, I want you to be my protector. I want you to protect my kingdom, like that. So now that's why Shiva stays with Banasura to protect his kingdom, like that. So now by getting ready to fight with Shiva, Krishna and Balaram, who are masters of Krishna, Shiva has actually showing how he has affection for his devotee, Banasura, like that. That's why in this verse is also referred as Bhagavan. Another reason Acharyas describe why he is being referred as Bhagavan, BBT purport talks about Sridhar Swami. He says why he is referred as Bhagavan is Shiva is by nature all-knowing. So he also knows the greatness of Krishna. But still, he is coming to fight with Krishna. Why? One reason is to demonstrate glories of Krishna. Because even if Shiva fights with Krishna, Krishna will only win. Because Krishna is the master of Shiva. So he knows that. So he wants to glorify Lord Krishna by coming to this fight. That is one reason. This is also reason given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also mentioned in the same BBT purport for the 6th verse. So he want to demonstrate the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the way he describes is these two reasons. One is he wants to increase Krishna's pleasure enthusiasm. Because by fighting with Krishna is in giving Krishna pleasure and enthusiasm like that. That is one reason. Second reason is to show that Supreme Lord's incarnation as Krishna is superior to even other incarnations like Rama, like that. So that's the other reason is described by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, to give pleasure to Krishna and also to show superiority of glory of Krishna over other incarnations like that. Another indication, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives another information that Yogamaya, which is the internal potency of the Supreme Lord, arranges Krishna's pastimes in such a way that devotees become bewildered momentarily so that Krishna's pastimes can go on. So for that reason, Lord Shiva here was placed in bewilderment by Yogamaya potency of Krishna. That's why Shiva for that moment became enthusiastic to fight with Lord Krishna, like that is described. So there are many reasons given. One is Lord Shiva was bewildered by Yogamaya potency of Krishna, so that he can fight with Krishna. Second reason is Lord Shiva wants to glorify Krishna, that his incarnation is better than other incarnations. And then another reason is Lord Shiva wants to give pleasure to Krishna in performing his pastimes. Also we heard how Shiva wants to show his affection to his devotee Banasura also. Yeah? These are the wonderful things our Acharyas are sharing with us. If the Acharyas commentaries are not there, if Prabhupada's purports are not there, for us, we would not know much deeper in Srimad Bhagavatam. We just know the surface level, little bit. So now, another lesson we can learn from here is when we go before superiors, we should be happy to accept the defeat with superiors. Not that I will go to prove that I am better than superior. That's the wrong attitude. Right attitude is, I want to show that I am fool before my Guru. I am stupid before my Guru. I want to prove that my Guru is superior to me, like that. Of course, when Guru gives service, we don't do it in a foolish way. We try to do it in the best way to please Guru and Krishna, to bring glories to Guru and Krishna. That is why we often say in Premadhvani prayers, all glories to devotees, all glories to simple devotees, all glories to simple devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Krishna. Why are we saying that? We're actually wanting to work cooperatively with other devotees, and we're recognizing that because of devotees' mercy we're able to do services, because of devotees' mercy we're able to do sadhana, because of the mercy of Guru and Krishna we're having the ability to practice devotional service. That's why we're passing all the credit to all glories to devotees means all the credit goes to devotees. All glories to Guru and Krishna means all the credit goes to Guru and Krishna, like that. So that's the practical. When we are saying that next time, we should meditate that all glories are going to devotees, that only because of devotees' mercy I am here, like that. We need to share the credit to the devotees, our Guru and Krishna also. So rest of verses are describing the battle of Krishna. So 7th verse describes there is a tumultuous and hair-raising battle started where Krishna was fighting with Lord Shiva personally, and Pradyumna was fighting with Kartikeya, because Kartikeya came along with Shiva on the opposite side, right? That's why Pradyumna, who is the son of Krishna, is fighting with Kartikeya, who is the son of Lord Shiva. Now in the 8th verse, Lord Balrama is fighting with Kumbhanda and Kupakarna. And Samba, who is another son of Krishna, I think he is Satyabhama, if I remember correctly, he was Bana's son. He is fighting with Bana's son. And Satyaki was fighting with Banasura himself. Satyaki was the chief captain of the army of the Krishna. Senapati we call it, right? He is fighting with Banasura directly. So now after describing who is Krishna fighting with, who is Krishna's sons fighting with, like that, Balaram, who is Balaram fighting with, now other devatas are also described. So now here 9th verse, all the devatas came, starting with Brahma and other ruling demigods, along with Siddhas, Charanas, great sages, and Gandharvas, Apsaras, and Yakshas, like that. They all came on celestial airplanes and they're watching. Srila Jiva Goswami mentions, why is Brahma's name mentioned first? Because he's the leader of the devotees, the leader of the devatas, that's why. And Srila Jiva Goswami and Sanatana Goswami both describe the order in which the devatas are mentioned is important. Because most superior person is mentioned first, little inferior, little inferior, little inferior, like that. That is the order in which they are mentioned, like that. And Sri Jiva Goswami also mentions, why did the devatas come to watch? Just to see fun? Because they are enjoying fun? No. Because they came to make Lord Shiva come to his senses. Don't fight with Krishna like that. That's the other reason described by Jiva Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami. Now text number 10 and 11 is described Krishna with his pointed arrows from his saranga bow, he drove away the followers of Lord Shiva. So interestingly, he did not kill them, but he drove away. Why is that? Krishna is showing them mercy because they are his devotees, followers, Lord Shiva's followers. That's why he did not kill the followers of Lord Shiva, but he drove away them, like that. That's the beauty described by Srila Jiva Goswami in this verse, like that. And then text number 12. So Lord Shiva shot various weapons on Krishna, but Krishna was not perplexed. Krishna, whatever weapons Lord Shiva is throwing, Lord Krishna is neutralizing them with counter weapons. That means if he sends a club, Krishna sends a club. Like that in the next verse. If Shiva sends a Brahmastra, Lord Krishna is sending a Brahmastra. That's how he is neutralizing everything. When Shiva sends a Pashpastra, so Krishna is sending his Narayanastra, like that. So then Krishna released an arrow with which he made Lord Shiva yawn. Like that. So, and Srila Jiva Goswami describes, it's not in this verse, but Srila Jiva Goswami describes Lord Shiva lost consciousness also with that weapon, like that. And Lord Krishna started to strike down Banasura's army now. After Shiva got lost consciousness, Lord Krishna released arrows to Banasura's army now. And he fought them with sword, club and arrows. Srila Jiva Goswami again describes the order in which these are mentioned are helpful. They're more progressive because you can fight with such, for example, sword, you can only fight with somebody at arm's length. Whereas club, you can throw it to some distance. And arrows, you can throw it to long distance, like that. That's how Krishna was fighting with all the armies of the soldiers. Now, after Sukadeva Goswami describes Krishna's fighting, he starts to describe the followers fighting. Now, how Kartikeya was distressed by Pradyumna was fighting with Kartikeya, son of Lord Shiva, and he was so much injured that he could not go by him directly. He went on peacock, sitting on peacock. He went. That's why our Sanatana Goswami describes that he had so much pain. He had to go on peacock, like that. and so he fled the battlefield. And then similarly, Balaram's club, he was fighting with Kumbhanda and Kupakarna. Um, all the Banasura soldiers left different places like that. So similarly, when Banasura was fighting with Satyaki, he saw that his soldiers are getting messed up like anything. So he left Satyaki and he went to fight with Krishna directly. So Banasura, because he had 1,000 arms, he held 500 bows with 1,000 arms, and he released two arrows from each bow on top of Krishna like that. Sri Sanatan Goswami says that this shows the craziness and being proud nature of Banasura. That I have conquered everybody like that, he's thinking like that. So that is the last verse for today, 18th verse. We heard about the Banasura's proud nature, not recognizing Krishna as the source of his strength, and also we heard about merciful nature of Krishna, and we heard about Lord Shiva approaching Krishna as a subordinate approaches superior, wanting to bring glories to Krishna only. Like that, we'll see rest of the battle what happened tomorrow onwards. We'll pause here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kupasandubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very
Hare
much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.